Hey there, scrapbooker. Suzanne here in the studio today with the second installment in my series, Stash Bashing Through Challenges. If you saw my last video, which I will link in the notes to this video, you know that I pulled 100 pieces of pattern paper to follow that challenge and see how much of that I could get used. Now, of course, I haven't used it in 2 weeks. I haven't used it all up, but I did make a start, and I wanted to show you what I've done so far and then tell you about how I'm going to tackle sort of the next tranche of paper. Okay, well, first of all, I want you to know that I have been making cards and layouts. Let me start with the layouts first. There were 2 pieces of jelly bean soup in my 100 sheets. They were from 2 different lines. One was from Mushroom Medley and the other was from Hearty Hodgepodge. I believe this is Hearty Hodgepodge here. You see this chevron design. Well, I had some leftover stickers from that line because this was part of one of my last of line that I explained to you in the last video. So I still had a few little embellishments left over. So I put together this based on something I had seen on Pinterest. Basically, I saw that they had used this card above here. And then I took my cue from that and I saw this says Live, Laugh, Love. And since I had Live, Laugh, Love hearts left, I put it there. And then I repeated it again over here with 2 little stickers, Live, Laugh, and then some wood veneer for the love. So that was the first page I got done out of my 100 sheets of paper. And there's quite a few scraps. This is a scrap and this is a scrap, so you'll see some other papers besides the full sheet I used. Second, I used the scrap of that one, as you can see here, plus some other scraps, and then this piece of Mushroom Medley paper. And here I really was using some of the cut apart cards. I still had the cut apart sheet for this. So let me show you a close-up of the cute little embellishment clusters I did. There's that one, and this one over here, and then this one down here. I've really made the visual triangle here using these wood veneer pieces. And then down here in the corner, I wanted to add some journaling as well. So there was that. So I still had bits and bobs of those 2 lines left, so I tried to use up those on making cards. Again, I Googled, so some of these are based on things that were on the Jelly Bean blog, and some were from Pinterest. Because once I start going, I just want to be able to, this was actually from they had done a card kit class, I think. So this was one from a card kit class they had done. Here's this one, Find a Beautiful Place and Get Lost. This one is really cute, My Dear. Here I was pulling some things out of my scraps, like this piece of edging I had done for some other project. It's very cute. Here's another one from that class. They did something similar to this. Miss You. Isn't that a cute card? I'm loving these deer. This one's kind of pretty. And so the adventure begins. As you can see, I'm using enamel dots for my stash here. You're Such a Dear. Very cute. Unbelievably cute. I really love the bees. So not only did I use up my 2 pieces of paper, I used up a good deal of the leftover embellishments. For example, this love, this is cut from a glassine bag. The glassine bags I had gotten from Tuesday Morning, and I could see why they were at Tuesday Morning because they actually printed it on the wrong side. they printed this on what would be the back side, so it ended up having strips of adhesive next to it, so I just cut it out instead of using the glassine bag. That didn't look very attractive the way they had done it. And then here are a couple more. Very fun. I did a little alcohol marker coloring here. And then here is my last one. Okay, so that got me started. Sometimes that's the hardest thing. So I've got 2 pieces of my 100 sheets down. What am I going to do next? Well, I'm going to tackle another challenge, and this one is called Scrap Backwards. This also has its own Facebook group, and while I've watched this group for a while, I haven't actually participated, so I thought now is the time. The idea is that you want to take and start with a sticker sheet, and then you want to try to use up your sticker sheet. So I'm actually going to do that. I have went through all of my full sticker sheets. Most of these were on sale, and I do not have matching paper for any of these. So these would be good ones to use along with my 100 pattern papers. Well, 98 now because I've whipped through the first 2. So let's look at these. Simple Vintage. Here's a fun one from Bo Bunny, Believe. Here's an Ella and Viv. These are all ones I had gotten on sale. Here's a much older one, Summer Bliss by Echo Park. Julie Nutting, Nautical Bliss. Splash by Echo Park. Easter by Echo Park. Hello Spring by Echo Park. Hello Sweetheart by Cartabella. Bella Boulevard's Valentina. That's got a few used on it. And Photo Play's Love Letter. Not to mention a whole sticker book called With Love. Well, you probably noticed I've got quite a bit in the Valentine's Day theme, and it is February after all. So I think I'm going to take the Photo Play and the My Mind's Eye sticker book, and I'm going to use those as the basis for a kit to see if I can use up at least, a lot of each of these, even if I don't completely finish off the sticker sheets. So, pulling papers only from my stack of 100 pattern papers, let me show you what I found. But before we get to that, let me say that Close to My Heart now currently has a Now and Forever scrapbook workshop. And I am going to use their guide to help me make up these pages. As you know, they always have a paper pack and sticker sheet that has 6 pieces of double-sided paper, 2 each of 3 double-sided designs, and a sticker sheet, and you almost always use up most of the sticker sheet. So I thought, well, this is a good way. If I kind of follow this with my own papers, maybe that will work out and I can use up most of the sticker sheet. So let's look at what I pulled. Okay, the first thing is they had a really pretty floral in it. In fact, I think they had 2 florals, 2 different sizes. I thought this one was really pretty. And since it had both some of the light teal turquoise in it, as well as both pink and red and black, I thought that's going to go pretty well. The other side of that is this pretty hexagon. Next, I thought I pulled in this Echo Park paper. This is from the Let's Be Mermaids. See how nicely that picks up a lot of the other colors, the teals and the yellows. So that works good. The other side of that is a pretty red on pink dot. So we're still on theme here. Then I added another floral. This is pretty much the same scale, but this is a little bit more open. And I like the colors in that, so I'm going to use that as well. We'll slide that in here. And its B-side is this really pretty red plaid. And then one of the last papers, they actually had like a ledger paper. So I pulled my Doodlebug calendar that I had in there, and then what was on the reverse side of that. So There are my papers. There is my sticker sheet. What am I going to add in? Well, again, going back to the Now and Forever Close to My Heart workshop, they had embroidered elements in theirs. So I found in my step embroidered felt flowers. Those are in the right color, sort of a dusty rose and a pale pink. I think those will work. Also, there was a stamp set, of course, in the Close to My Heart that had dies. So I found a Valentine themed stamp set in my stash. These are from Hero Arts back in 2017, called Love Notes. I also pulled my Close to My Heart stitched heart dies. I did find some heart doilies. These are from Wilton. And Bella Boulevard also did crochet hearts. So I'm pulling in a couple of those as well. Because I have some black in this sticker sheet, I thought I would pull in a couple of pieces of Felicity Jane washi tape. So I'll add that in. I found some enamel travel dots. Let's Travel from Carta Bella. Let me move this here for a second and you'll see how wonderfully these match up with this stripe paper. So those should go very nicely in the kit. And then last but not least, I went and got some just bits and bobs. Pulling these from my stash. Let me move this up here. So many goodies. Okay, what do I have here? I have about 10 flare in different patterns. I have 3 sets of little buttons, some pink and green, some Fancy Pants leftovers that include a little heart button. I've got some Stampin' Up! Pearlescent white buttons. I've got some gold trimmed brads. I believe those were American Crafts. I have some silver or pewter looking brads. I had some silver brads. And then I had these little metal frames and photo turns and flowers that you put on with these little brads. And I had a couple of paper clips, as well as these I think are from a company called Bella or Bellaz, something like that. Aren't those the cutest little hearts you've ever seen? Those will be really cute on pages, I think. So, there I have 8 more pieces out of my 100 pattern pieces of paper, and I've built a kit around it, and I've given myself a starting place because I can use the sketches from this workshop to really whip through this project. So I hope you'll check back here in a couple weeks and you'll see what I've done here and what I'm going to do next to continue bashing my scrapbook stash through challenges. As always, I appreciate your time and attention. Hope to see you back in the studio soon. Bye for a bit.